It's live chat. I'm streaming from inside a hotel. I will wait for people to join. Currently, I'm waiting for Brian, Andrew, and Thomas to get here. They're still not going to be here for another hour and a half. So, in the meantime, I thought I would stream randomly in my hotel room. Hello, Nature Nerd, and hello, Chris Heaton. Actually, I'm moving to bed. There's no reason for me to be all uncomfortable in this chair over here. Yeah, we gotta get comfortable, son. Yes, a hotel. So we're gonna stay in this hotel tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're gonna get started right away, and it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, just the normal, so like a weekend length trip. But we're starting it on Sunday because Brian has days off of work. And Thomas is actually joining this time. And hello, everybody else. Thank you, Kami. Thank you, Randy. Or hello, Randy. Location is secret. I always make it secret. It's not necessary to make it secret, but I'm just not going to tell you guys, and you can find out when it's time. I don't have anything to talk about in particular, but I did say to some people during the premiere yesterday that I would try to stream today. So we're streaming. I can give you guys a tour of the hotel, but I also don't want to lose signal. So yeah, let me just switch the camera around. There's one bed. There's another bed. There's a table. And it's funny because there's a remote right here, but there is no TV over there. So I'm not sure if that is supposed to operate something that was once there and is now gone. There's also nothing in the fridge. No complimentary snacks or anything like that. Okay. How do I make the chat show up? There we go. Hello, Jason and Michael and Chris. Yes, we'll definitely go back to West Virginia at some point. In fact, we might have... There's some good places we could have gone, except for... Well, you almost tricked me into telling you where we're going. It's not a big deal. But I will say that there's rain in a lot of the country right now, in our neck of the woods. So we tried to go away from that rain, if that gives you any idea of where we might have gone, or which direction we might have gone. It was not Brazil. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but it would take a little bit longer to get to Brazil than an afternoon. So there's some new things you can do on this live chat thing. Look at this, man. Do bubbles, dance party, dream. Ooh, that one's kind of trippy. Oh, dude. Glamour. That doesn't look very glamorous, although the lighting's not too great in here anyway. Okay, this makes it look real scary. This is like the beginning of a horror movie or something. Documentary. Sepia. Silver screen. Haunt. Ooh, that's scary. Look at that. Okay, sorry. Let me turn this. Oh, wait, this is like that one Keanu Reeves movie. What was that movie called? Or those like financial commercials. You know what I'm talking about? You guys see. Let me switch it back to normal. Why did I go solo on that trip? It's because I went to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and nobody else went. I went with my two friends, Warren and Ken, and right after that, I was like, well, I should probably go hiking while I'm out there. So I made that a trip while I was at it. Turn this off. Wow, streaming live is really not very convenient here. Oh, you just scroll up and down. I had this problem last time. Okay. Cool. Sorry, guys. I'm covering the camera. Let me switch this around. Oh, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Okay, great. Thanks, YouTube. Chris Eaton, in one of your episodes, you were actually at New River about 2 weeks after I missed a random run-in. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I always wonder if when you guys are hiking, you think that you might run into us, because that would go through my head whenever I'm out. In fact, I'm always surprised that we don't run into people more often. I mean, not that we're the biggest YouTube channel, but it doesn't happen as often as you might think. Although it does happen more often than you might think, too. I don't know. It's weird. Tim V. Welcome, Tim V. Tim V. It's good to see you, man. Although I can't see you, but it's good to have you in the chat. Did I say Yo Barry during the solo trip? I can't remember. Did I get a lot of games from Portland? There's a vlog where I showed what I got, but I can't remember which one it is. It's sometime in October, late October of this year. I got a lot of Saturn games, and I got a box copy of Final Fantasy III for the Super Nintendo. A Scanner Darkly. Yep, Jason Bourgeois, you got it, son. Do you think you'd make the same time on the Timberline Trail if you were with the other guys? No. We probably wouldn't have tried to do it in such a short amount of time either. We would need more days, because just when you're with a group, it's harder to go as fast. And I don't think we could have done it in 3 days with everybody. Did I do it in 3 days? It was Tuesday, Wednesday. Maybe that was 3.5 days, because I stayed out there 3 nights, right? I don't remember. Whatever. It definitely would have taken longer. Unknown Outdoors, welcome. Lynette, welcome. Knights of the Trail. I don't think I've said welcome yet, but welcome. Johnny Mnemonic. That is another. Is that a Keanu Reeves movie? Yeah, but that's not the one I was talking about. I was talking about Scanner Darkly. You said Yo Bear just at the beginning of the hike. So there was one point, and it's in the video, where I suddenly say Yo Bear at the end of the hike. I just remembered it. And it was because there was like a turkey or something that was in the forest, and it scared the crap out of me. It just like gobbled its way out of the leaves and woods and stuff. And anyway, that wasn't a very well constructed sentence. Was solo hiking scary? It was. I'm trying to think if there's any scary points. The only time that was actually scary, there was never any scary parts of like, oh man, I'm out in the woods and I could get like attacked by a bear or something, or like some crazed mountain man could come get me. That type of fear never entered my mind. The only time that it was actually scary was when I was crossing the final river on the final hike out, and that river was rushing, dude. I wasn't able to capture it as well as I wanted to because I didn't have enough batteries, but that was like a scary scene. When I go out there and when I get out into that big river valley and I'm like, man, that is an ominous landscape. It was like some sort of action movie where there's like a avalanche about to come down or something. It was terrifying. I was like, I got to get across this immediately. And even the place that I crossed, I was like, man, I'm not even super comfortable doing this. It was just the last river crossing, so I did it. But yeah, that was the only time that was actually scary. But like scary in the typical sense of being like alone, it never really felt like that. Daily Woo and Tim Tracker. Would be cool to see you guys meet up with some other guys. I don't know who Daily Woo and Tim Tracker is, but that's actually one of our goals for 2019 is to do more collaborations. So that could definitely still happen. Stealing from a hotel. I'm gonna go hike a volcano. I didn't know that Mount Hood was a volcano until somebody pointed it out. Oh, talk about when you greeted someone without a response. So I got to that campsite. It was on the first day, I think. And I set up my camp and everything. And then I heard somebody coming. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I realized there was other campsites. And he came, set up his stuff. And then, actually, he came, I think he just set down his backpack. And then he was walking down the trail towards where I had just come from. I saw him walking by. I was like reading my map, and I was like, "Oh, hi!" And he just looked at me and was like, "Okay." And he just like waved or whatever, but he didn't say anything. And I guess he was looking for some solitude. He wasn't like rude or anything. Question: Love your music. Is there a Patreon tier that allows access to all your music, past and present? The soundtracks are all still up there. So if you do the $10 level or whichever one is the soundtrack level, you can just. In fact, there's on the left side of the Patreon page. There's like the soundtrack thing. You just click that, and then that'll show you all the posts where we've made soundtracks available. And then earlier, no, it was just like a month or two ago, we did a complete discography. If you want that and you're a patron, just let me know. Send me a message, because the reason we couldn't leave that link up is because like you send it, you can only leave it up for like 2 weeks or something. So I had to make a new link every time somebody needed it. And that was a limited time thing. That was like a bonus thing. But if you want that, just let me know. But before that, you can always just click the soundtrack thing on the left side, and it'll show you every post where we've made the soundtracks available. And those links should still work because those are Google Drive links. Anthony White, hello. Do you regret not taking some of the alternate routes you could have taken for a few miles? No. The routes I took were awesome. And plus, that gives me a reason to go back and to try out those other routes. And it's not like they were that different. It's like they were parallel to each other. So I imagine that they couldn't have been that much different. Do you guys ever think about the missing 411 stories while you're out? I try not to, but it seems to creep on me. I've never read them or even really know what they are. So, no, I don't think about them. I think my uncle's really into them, though. He was telling me something about them, something. I don't know. I try not to read anything or what will scare me, or like if it's something like I can read and it'll only prevent someone to read it, but if it's just going to scare me, then why would I do that to myself? Tim V, nice try. Where am I? I'm in the United States. I will say that I'm in the United States. Have you tried selling your music anywhere other than Bandcamp? No. I guess that's something we could do, but haven't really given it much thought. Because we could look into putting it on Spotify. I don't think you really get much money from that, though, so it might not even be worth it. Zach Snap, thank you. Are we getting a collab video with Joe Robinette? Yes, you are. Don't know when that's happening, but it'll happen probably soon-ish. It's not this trip, though, just to get you guys, make sure nobody's getting their hopes up for that. Uptrail 71, welcome, my brother. Oh, Tim V, yeah, it's not necessarily a secret. It's just I always do that. I'm like, well, you guys will have. It's not like it's going to be anything exciting or like revelatory once you find out what it is, but you'll find out. See you, Jason G. Tim Lawson, the first big waterfall with the bridge was really nice. Water features are some of my favorites on the trail, with overlooks a close second. The Ramona Falls is, I think, the best waterfall I've ever seen. Just not the most amazing as far as like size or anything, but the coolest looking waterfall I've ever seen, and still very big. I don't know how well the scale came across, but it was a giant waterfall. I'm going back to Japan anytime soon. That's one of my goals for 2019. If I can get a ticket to Japan for like $600 or $700. Last I checked, there was the prices fluctuate so much. So if I can find a time when they're actually $600 or $700, I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to stay there for like a full month, so I can spend like a week getting adjusted to jet lag, and then spend the rest of the 3 weeks just like exploring all over the place. Or maybe I could even stay longer. It depends on how much time and energy and motivation and how excited I mean, I'm pretty excited about it, but we'll see. Yeah, San Juan 1, the waterfall was incredible. So good. Zach Snap, yep. Us and Joe Robinette, we're definitely doing it. And by the way, am I pronouncing that right? I still am like unsure of that. Can you trek more caverns? Any type of like caves and stuff, we'd have to find a place where we could like get somebody to take us, because you can't really just go backpacking into a cave. We have trails in Ireland. Come here. Doing more international trips is definitely on our agenda. Ireland sounds great. If you have specific trails in mind, please shoot us an email or leave a comment on my vlog, because I always see those, and I'll write it down, put it in our list, and put your contact information and all that stuff so we can what's the word? Get that going. That's what. Does that make sense? Yeah, get that going. You guys need to get some ladies on your videos. If there's one thing I need more in my life, it's more ladies in my life. That sounds like sarcasm. I didn't mean that as sarcasm. I meant that as serious. I need some more ladies in my life, so I agree with you. How's Nicole, by the way? Haven't seen her in a while. As far as I know, she's good. Last time I talked to Brian about her, he said she's good. So we'll get her on a trip. Definitely in 2019. That's definitely happened. I hope you guys get at least some snow on this trip. So it does look like there's going to be snow. There's another clue for you guys. I mean, you guys, if you could just start throwing out guesses, and you're like, you have like a 90% chance of being correct. At least the location that we're in. Oh man, we haven't been to the Smokies in a while, have we? Yeah, Smokies. There's so much to do in the Smokies too. I feel like that's another place we'll go back to. Have I been to Joshua Tree? I think we drove by it. Yeah, we've driven by it, right? I don't think did we stop there? I don't know. I've seen a Joshua Tree, so maybe I've been there, but I don't know. Oh, yeah, price alerts. I used to have one of those things set up. Okay, Joe Robinette is pronounced standard, not like a French name. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, I know you know Bob already, because we've been in touch, but yeah, you guys can maybe bother Up Trail 71, and he'll tell you where we are. Maybe you've answered this before, but do you all get together and plan out your trips for the year, or do you just go whenever? It's the latter. We just do whatever. Although this year we're probably going to try to. This is only something I've thought in my head, but I haven't vocalized this to the other guys. But I'm like, let's try to at least get a few trips. Well, we do that. When it comes to the big trips, we will plan those ahead of time. So we're like, okay, this year's big trip is going to be this. Let's get that going. Like last year, the road trip, Thomas had that all planned out. We were all ready for it and everything. So, but as far as regular trips, we're so bad at planning them, and I want to get better at that. So we'll see. You should join Tinder, Robby. Put some stereotypical hiking shots, and you'll get matches in no time. It is, man, last time I was on Tinder was like 3 years ago. That is a possibility. Well, I mean, that was probably the first possibility if I ever actually start dating anybody again. You're going to leak the location. No, I'm not going to do it. If you guys guess it, I won't tell you if it's right or not. So you'll just have to figure out. Oh, Yosemite is the reason I followed you and why I went on my honeymoon there. That's cool. Even the wifey said your luck on weather is bad. Yes, our luck with weather has been very bad recently. This trip, we just need a little bit of luck to get the snow, because it's like borderline. It could be rain, but I'm just like crossing my fingers. It's really cold right now. I don't see how it could be rain. We'll see. We've got a plan in case it is rain, and we've got our champagne, so maybe we'll break out the champagne earlier. Hans Alfred Benter the Fourth, welcome, and Nancy, welcome as well. I'm happy to not know where you guys are going. I like the surprise. I mean, I feel like the surprise is the funnest part, dude. You gotta not know where we're going. Any plans to go back to Daniel Boone? Yes, but nothing in the works. There's always a plan to go somewhere, but there's never actually anything in the works, if that makes sense. Up Trail 71 says we always plan our trips at the last minute. And well, birds of a feather flock together. Rambling Ryan, welcome. Can we expect any drone shots again? No, because I still haven't replaced the drone. And the reason I haven't is because I don't really know what to get. Obviously, the Mavic 2 is the obvious choice, especially the Pro. That picture quality is like as good as my actual cameras. Like, we could just walk around with the drone getting that picture quality. But it is also $1,200 or maybe more. And there's a really good, apparently really good. I've seen some of the footage. Philip Bloom did a review on it. It's called the Parrot Anafi. And it's this really small drone. It's quiet, like relatively quiet, and has a really good picture and is about $500 or $600. That seems like a really good drone to get because it's much more conducive to hiking. Not that the Mavic 2 is big, but so I kind of haven't been able to decide between those two. And being able to use the drone is such a rare occurrence because you can't use it in most places that we go that it just doesn't seem like very high on the priority list. So I used all the money that we got to replace all the other stuff first and still haven't worried about the drone yet, but I would like to replace that at some point. Well, definitely not anywhere around here. Got a blizzard coming, though. Oh, man. We should have gone there, then. Good evening, Timway84. Assume that... I've read your name many times. I don't know if I've ever said Timway out loud, though. Oh, it is! You're right. There is the TV. I thought that was weird. I was like, why would there be a TV but no... or a remote but no TV? Did I just do a Christopher Walken reference? Oh, the Champagne. Yeah, you're right. I was about to say, I didn't even realize I was doing that. How do you carry your gimbal while hiking on the trail? Oh, so man, it's actually in the car right now. I should probably take that out. I should definitely take that out. But I let you like hold the like gimbal portion as kind of like a handle. I don't know. It's kind of tough to. You can see it in some episodes. So just look for us holding the gimbal, but you can tell like what we do. But yeah, there is no particularly easy way to do it. Oh, DJI Spark for Christmas. Yeah, the Spark is really tempting. The size especially, but there's two things going against it. One is it's really loud, and which is not a huge deal. They're all really loud, but I've heard that one in particular is super loud. Although maybe I'm thinking of the Mavic Air. One of those two is really loud. Maybe they're both really loud. The other thing going against it is the picture quality is good, but it's not quite as good as what I would want it to be to match the footage. Like, but our old drone really had terrible picture quality, so maybe it doesn't matter that much. I don't know. I think that's kind of why I've been hesitating, because I don't know how much I should worry about the picture quality and how much it's worth it, you know? And the drone technology is advancing so fast. Like with the Mavic 2 this year, looks so good. What's going to happen next year? Is it going to look even better? So I'm kind of torn right now. You should put more emphasis on the food you do. It's great when we try to create it when we go camping. However, I don't like mushrooms, but I'm so interested. Well, don't worry. Andrew will always emphasize the food. I'm not sure we have anything too special planned this time, but we do have New Year's food, which, you know me, and you know one of my favorite foods is a big New Year food, so you know I brought some of that. So, random story. Somebody was flying a drone at a crowded waterfall overlooking Yosemite. He crashed it and hit someone. Another person then ran to the drone and stomped it to pieces. This is... people like that are what are ruining it for people like me, who I could... See, here's the thing. Somebody goes out there with a drone, just taking some dumb picture or some dumb video. No offense to anybody's drone videos or pictures, but they're the only persons who are ever going to see it. It's like one person is going to see that video. Meanwhile, I want to make a video, and a drone would enhance the video so magically. You get such a beautiful view of the park and everything, and I can't even do it because other people have already ruined it for me. So maybe he deserved to have his drone smashed. I don't actually think that, but I I started solo hiking this. I keep getting all my words messed up. I started solo hiking this past fall, and your Timberline video has inspired me to continue my endeavor. I didn't know that I would enjoy solo hiking and hiking that many miles that much until I did that video. But it is great fun. Highly encourage you to do it. Don't be worried about like feeling like you won't be able to. I don't know. I mean, you have to know your own limits, but I knew what my limits were, and I was like, man, this is gonna be great. I didn't feel lonely a single time, which is weird. It's like you feel alone in the sense that you know that there's nobody out there, but it's like I kind of revel in that feeling. And maybe that's no surprise considering like my vlog can sometimes be like, sometimes I look at my vlog and I think to myself, man, this could just be titled "The Only Person Alive." Like, if you watch my vlog, you might be like, does anybody else live around you? How come you're always the only person there? Then again, I always film from inside my house, so. Only one thing is certain when you have a drone, it will crash eventually. That is very true. I would agree with that. How many hours do you edit video a day? At least one, usually like 2 to 3. And depending on if I'm doing a project, 4 to 5. I usually don't do more than like 5 or 6 hours in a day because then I burn myself out really badly. I used to do that with Adventure Archives videos. I would edit from like 10 in the morning until 11 at night, and with breaks and stuff in between, but still a large amount of that time spent actually editing. And then after that week, I would just want to die. Not to mention I was staying at Brian and Andrew's house, so I was like, not being at your own house and working way too much and not sleeping well, it was a recipe for burning yourself out. So now what I try to do is when I work, and it's not playing on the internet, it's not getting distracted all the time. In fact, I'm reading a book on that very subject. It's called Deep Work. And yeah, anyways, I try to make my editing time nice and... But yeah, over the past... Since 2015, when I started the vlog, till now, I've edited an absurd amount of video. Like, that's one of the only things I would actually consider myself somewhat like of an expert at. Not an expert as like I know more, I'm better than other people. It's just expert in the sense of I've done this enough hours to really know what I'm doing. Now that you finally found your hidden trail behind your house, have you run it yet? No, it's only like, it's not even like a half a mile long. It's not even a quarter mile long. It's like a couple yards long. It belongs to this dude who lives like way in the backyard, but his backyard basically goes all the way to our backyard. So he can't really do anything with the land because it's surrounded on every side by other houses. So there's no access to it. So it's just like this random trail in his backyard. Will you do anything special to ring in the new year? Nothing too special, just what I mentioned earlier, the champagne, and then the New Year's foods, which I don't know why I'm trying to keep that a secret. I've got sauerkraut. You guys know me. Although I haven't had sauerkraut on a trip for a long time because I didn't have any made. It's really lucky because I've got some made, and it's not that much. I've got like a quarter of a gallon. Like, you know, those half-gallon ball jars, I have half of that. So I actually had some that I could bring for this trip, which is great. How was it like meeting Hideo Kojima? It was awesome. We waited outside for hours, and then we finally got inside, and I screamed Kojima, and he looked up and waved, and then we got our stuff signed, and he was so funny looking. Not funny looking, but he's just, you know... Oh, Uptrail 71 working on a quick 2018 highlight video. Highlight videos are so much fun to watch. They just take so long to make because you have to look through everything and then find everything. So that's why I usually don't like making highlight videos, although I did make one last year, but that was for a video competition that I thought I could easily win, and I didn't win it. Some of the other videos are really good, though. First time hiking was in the Black Forest in Germany. It kicked my Midwestern butt. The follow-up question is, why was that your first time hiking? That's a very interesting place to hike for the first time. Isolation can be a gift at times. That is what I have taken away from solo hiking so far. I don't know, it's just fun to just do everything at your own pace. I mean, that's kind of like my shtick anyway. And then listening to music is fun. I don't know. Would you still vlog during a zombie outbreak? Yes. That would be any type of crazy thing like that happening. That is when I should be vlogging the most. And see, the thing is, I was thinking about that. Actually, no, I probably would definitely vlog it. It's lots of times I don't want to vlog when I have other stuff that needs to get done. I was gonna say maybe I wouldn't vlog because I'd be too stressed out, but the thing actually is I'm only too stressed out to vlog if there's something else that needs to get done, like some project I'm working on and some video that needs to get edited or whatever, or got too much stuff to do. Those are the days when I really don't want to vlog because it's just a distraction. But something like a zombie apocalypse, I would definitely vlog it. The cinematography would be terrible because I'd be running from zombies, but I would totally do it. Did you watch a new Predator movie? No, I did not. I'm very wary of those new movies, and partially because they're too polished. Like, I want the movie to suck and to just have so much like rough edges and to be terrible and have bad writing. I mean, they get the bad writing and the terribleness down sometimes, but the survival rate of your new drone will be greater if you don't let Mr. Alexander trim his trees with it. You got that right. Because that's true, yeah. Although I fixed the drone. And then Brian tipped the canoe. We lost it underwater. Rip drone. After the long solo hike, were you pleased with your backpacking setup? I've actually been really pleased with my backpacking setup for a long time now. My tent is solid for one person. That's plenty solid. Sleeping bag, fantastic. Ground mat, I've only briefly showed that on a vlog. That thing is fantastic. Got it randomly on sale from like backcountry.com. Awesome. My backpack, it still is too heavy, but it's so big that it's just a great backpack. And the thing is like indestructible. I've had it for a long time now. I've treated it like absolute garbage, but it's great. I've got all the pockets set up with like labels on the outside so you can know what's where, and it's great. So yeah, I'm very pleased with my setup. And the bear box was pretty good too. Thank you, Uptrail71, for the thumbs up. You know what? Everybody should just go ahead and hit that thumbs up button right now. I actually don't know how much that helps, but hopefully it does help. Ass Blastic, welcome. Speaking of which, yeah, that vlog hasn't been released yet. I just filmed that yesterday. But I finished Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Great game. I'm not sure I'll play it for another... it took me 30 hours to beat it. And you said you played like 500. I'm not sure I'll play it for another 470 hours, but it's a great game. No problem, Ramblin' Ryan. I didn't know that I answered your question, but I have a terrible memory, so... Is there anywhere in Michigan that you'd like to hike that you haven't hiked before? There are so many places in the Upper Peninsula that I would love to go to. And I really want to go back to, what's the island we went to? Manitou Island, and go to the southern portion and also go to the northern portion again. Like, I just feel like we didn't spend enough time there. That place is awesome. Manitou Island is one of the most amazing places you can go to in the Midwest. Just like the whole experience of riding the boat there. In fact, this summer, I think we got to do that again because that place was amazing. And yes, Uptrail71 does have a few more places lined up for us. Oh, do I ever think about Willie the cat? No, I almost never think about Willie the cat, but he was a good cat while he was at our house. Especially during a zombie outbreak, I would find a way to get a piece of pizza or a burrito. You know that would happen, son. Okay, I gotta put this phone down. This is getting a mess. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's not gonna stay, is it? Hold on, I got this under control. Don't worry, guys. Okay, there we go. Good Lord. Okay. Welcome, James Blackburn. You know, I still haven't seen Kung Fury. I've only seen clips from it, but I do need to see that movie eventually. Tim V, good night. Have a good one. Where's everyone else right now? Dinner? No. Everyone else is not here yet. Never mind. The day that Brian and Andrew get anywhere before I do will be a day that you need to like check to see if the moon is like on the right phase or if it like got flipped around and like the poles got reversed or something, because that'll be a weird day. FF Tactics is my favorite Final Fantasy. The original Tactics was one of my, or still is one of my favorite games of all time. There's a whole story on Tactics Advance and Tactics, but I talked about that blog already. I just got all the jobs unlocked. Yeah, it took me a long time just to get the ninja class, which is always my favorite class in every game. But getting all the other ones, man. Freelancing work, it was never really drying up. It's just I stopped like seeking it out, which is actually kind of my goal for 2019. I want to stop seeking out new freelancing work so I can put more time and effort into vlogs and adventure archives. But I actually just did 2 jobs in December. Yeah, those are going well. When I do them, they've been going well. How much money do you think you spent at Chipotle? Probably like $1,000. Let's see. $10 a burrito. Oh, okay, more than that. Maybe like $2,000 or $3,000. Oh, so $2,000 or $3,000 like in the past 8 years, you know. And maybe not even that much. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Okay, that makes sense as to why you would go to the Black Forest. I really like Black Forest cake. Black Forest cake is delicious. Oh, wildlife such as bears. I think bears, you just got to take the normal precautions and you got to use bear boxes. And then also, if you're really scared about it, bring bear spray. I think we bring bear spray every time, but usually Brian or Andrew carries it. But I think the main thing is that bears are kind of rare anyway, so you don't, I'm always hesitant to say like something's overblown because I don't want to be like, oh, don't be cautious and throw caution to the wind, but you know, bring bear spray. That'll make you feel a lot better. Have I considered elephant? You know, we need a formal way for people to suggest places because people have so many great suggestions. It's just usually I don't know the place that they're talking about, A, so I forget about it. B, although I've been keeping an Excel list now, and I'll put the date and then the person who said it, where they said it, exactly what they said to help us remember. But we need like some sort of form submittal thing where people can just send us stuff, and then also it's like got to be a place that actually will fit the structure of an episode. Because there was a really cool trail that we found right before we left that could be cool. In fact, we'll probably do this as at least a side video at some point, but you could only do 2 days because you can't camp anywhere, and it had a campsite halfway. So we could only do like a 2-day trip, so it wouldn't make a full episode, but yeah. Anyway, so to answer your question, Elephant Rock Park in Missouri, I've never heard of it, but it sounds awesome, so I would definitely consider it. I'll be in Vegas from January to February. Will you or your crew be there at that time? I'm going to say off the top of my head, none of us has plans to be there, and we have no idea if that would happen. But Vegas is pretty cool. Have fun there. Well, what do I think about Jack Black's Jablinski games hitting 1 million in a week? Jack Black is one of the funniest dudes. Like, he can say nothing and still be funny. Like, just him saying Jablinski, like, literally had me laughing out loud, so good for him. Jablinski. It's like you could just imagine him saying that. Well, I mean, you don't have to imagine. You could just listen to him, but... Whoa. Some crazy guy today went over to Quamanon Falls in the UP of Michigan with a kayak. That sounds insane. What did you major in for university? Let me get a tissue and I'll answer that. I majored in telecommunications, which is basically radio, TV, and film, and Japanese. Although, no, it was called East Asian Languages and Cultures, but that basically just equates to Japanese. And then I minored in music. I actually started out as a music major my first semester in freshman year. On accident, kind of. I thought I was doing like a telecom major with a music minor. Turns out it was the opposite. It was a music major with a telecom minor. And that was an intense experience because they put me in the top level band. I think because I joined late, or maybe because I was actually good enough. I don't actually know the reason. But the conductor was so hardcore and everybody else was like on the road to being a professional. A lot of them were graduate students already, like basically professionals already. And I was like, what the hell am I doing here? So yeah, it was intense, but it was pretty fun. Although it's ironic though, because if I went back to school now, no questions asked, I would study music composition and I would love it. I would study so hard. It would be fantastic. Actually, that's one of my kind of New Year's goals, resolutions. It's more of a goal. It's not really a resolution. To really hardcore study music composition because I know I can learn it. I just need to actually take the time to do it. It would be much easier to do it at school, but I can do it on my own. It's all good. Glet Massa, Jormco, Yeti 304. Welcome. I went out to Red Rock this last November. It was pretty nice. See, I don't even know where Red Rock is. See, I don't spend any time researching new places, so I never know any of the places that people talk about, but I want to go to all of them, so we definitely need a online. This waterfall is 200 feet wide and 50 feet high. That sounds like one of those dreams where you're falling down. Am I the producer of the Music Adventure Archives? No, we all write the music. It's mainly me and Andrew, but both Thomas and Brian have... Brian's written quite a few songs, but Thomas has actually written some songs recently, too. Oh. Glet Massa, great episode. Thank you. You got an amazing voice. Would be great for radio. Oh, thank you, but that's actually not what I was majoring in. I wanted to do film, but they didn't have a film program at IU, so I did the radio TV thing. So you could take video editing classes. Actually, the most useful class I took there, by far and away, was an After Effects class. I learned how to use After Effects in a class. It was so useful. I still use it today. It's the reason why the intro for the show exists is because of that class. Most of the other stuff I learned on my own, though. Like video editing, entirely learned on my own. In fact, we didn't even use Premiere in school. We used like Final Cut Express in like one of the classes. So yeah, most of my video editing stuff I learned on my own. There wasn't too much like that I learned specifically from school. So I feel like it would have been better to have been a music major because that would serve me a lot better now than having been a film major or TV major because like I didn't learn that much. Pecan Pie Poppy. Pecan Pie Poppy. Welcome. Ed A. Welcome and thank you. Alex Tessma, so good to have you in the chat, brother. The hotel is great. It's going great. It's 9:17 in the PM. It's really cold in here too because I turned off the heaters so that it wouldn't be all loud. Just watched the Timberline Trail. Looked like an amazing hike. It was fantastic, dude. After I was done with it, I was like, man, I want to do it again. It was one of those like perfect experiences where before you do it, you're looking forward to it. While you're doing it, you love doing it. And after you're done with it, you are like, that was great. Let's do it again. And I've got a video to watch it and re-experience it. It was awesome. Oh, Red Rock is so that's funny because I've been to Red Rock. I'm pretty sure it's in the road trip episode, right? Is it just that one little pull off and then there's the thing and then it's got the trails and it's like that Red Rock? Somebody can post the link to that. It's in one of the road trip. If you're talking about Red Rock Canyon, because we definitely went to a Red Rock Canyon. Do you know? Oh, see, man, pecan pie poppy. That's like, why are you in third grade? Like those type of jokes, like you enjoy getting one over on people. Okay, have you guys ever thought about doing a long distance hike like the AT or the PCT? I know they have several up north where you guys are. So those long distance hikes, I would have been a lot more against them before if I hadn't done the Timberline Trail and enjoyed the Timberline Trail so much. Now that I've done that one, it's good stuff. So yeah, I haven't really looked into any of those yet, but I would like to do some. That is a good point. Green Bambo, Green Bam 00 says, doing PCT hike would bring a lot of viewers to your channel. That is very true. I don't know if we'd be able to do like the full 250 miles. That seems just like, to film the whole thing would be really difficult. But still, that seems like a worthy thing to try, right? I don't know. Like I said, before the Timberline Trail, I would have said no, not a chance. But now, okay, favorite filmmaker and your favorite movie they made. I used to have a better answer for this. Like I would have said like Takeshi Kitano and Kikujiro is like my favorite movie and favorite filmmaker. But that's really the only movie of his that I like, and I haven't seen that movie in so long that. Wait, PCT is 2,000 miles? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the chat because if it's 2,000 miles, there is literally 0% chance we will do the whole thing. It's 2,000 miles? Because if it's 2,000 miles, for one thing, my sense of distance is really bad. But for another thing, there is 0% chance we will do the whole thing. But yeah, we'll do part of it, I'm sure, at some point. But favorite filmmaker, I don't really have a good answer. I'll say I really like Arnold Schwarzenegger movies because they're stupid and bad, but I don't have a good answer for that anymore. I like Miyazaki movies a lot too, but I wouldn't even say like they're my favorite ever. And I like Christopher Nolan movies a lot too, but those are just like such good spectacle and like you have to see them in the theater. They're great. Okay, yep. Yeah, 0% chance we'll do the entire PCT. There's no way. I don't know why I thought it was only 200 miles because that doesn't make any sense. If it's only 200 miles, that's only like 1, 2. It's like 5 times as long. Yeah, it's 5 times as long as the Timberline Trail, which would be impossible because it's way longer. So yeah. Yes, Ed A. There is a video specifically on tarp knots that Andrew has made. If you look on the channel, I don't remember what it's called specifically. What software would I recommend for a beginner? I would recommend Sony Vegas. Sony Vegas is what I started with. I initially started with Premiere. I had a pirated copy of Premiere. Then I had a pirated copy of Sony Vegas. Then I had the real copy of Sony Vegas. And now I have the real copy, well, the subscription to Premiere. But Sony Vegas you can get on Amazon. Just don't even get the pro version, just get the regular version. It's super intuitive. It only costs like, if you get on sale, it's like $30. Normal, it's like $60. Worked great. It's not as, I can't edit as fast as I can in Premiere because like it doesn't have the same shortcuts that you would use in Premiere. It's not as powerful like as far as like some of the stuff that you can do with like After Effects and everything, but Sony Vegas is a great beginner video editing tool, and I would recommend it to anybody. I'll ask the important questions. How far are you in Red Dead? And has it slowed down your employment progress in FFTA? So FFTA, I finished the main story. That's probably all I'm going to play. I loved it. It was great. I finally can appreciate it as like for its own thing. awesome. Red Dead, I'm barely anywhere in. I think I'm still on chapter 1. Really enjoying my time with it so far, though. That is an amazing game. If you ever do go to Quamanon Falls State Park, you should try and aim for autumn because the falls with the background of trees. Ooh, yeah. That sounds great. On your solo hike, be honest, did you miss the other AA guys? Only in retrospect. Like, and only like, I was like, it would be great to bring them back here, but I love doing the solo. Like, I didn't think I would enjoy it that much, but it was really great. But I would love to take them back there and we all do it together. That would be so much fun. Mexican border. Yeah, it is the Mexican border, Canadian border, isn't it? 200 miles. Oh, so the JMT is only 250 miles. Okay, well, the JMT is possible then. 3,000 miles. However long the PCT is. Well, I don't want to say never because, like, especially if, like, National Geographic Channel is like, here's, like, an absurd amount of money. Here's half a year. Go do the PCT and make a video. I would be all over that, son. That would be fantastic, dude. But yeah, the whole PCT, that's like, that is true. It's a whole other lifestyle. You'd have to like I'd have to figure out how I'm going to like have enough money saved up to like still pay for my health insurance back home. And anyway, Z-Links, no jackets indoors, please. That is a very strange comment. I would like you to elaborate on that because I have so many follow-up questions, but first explain yourself and then we can get to the follow-up questions. Through hike, parts of the AT or PCT. So parts of any of those big trails, that sounds great. I definitely want to do those, but oh, will you be getting Fire Emblem 3 Houses when it comes out later this year? I had forgot it existed. I've actually only played one Fire Emblem game. It's the first one on Game Boy Advance. Well, the first one in the US on Game Boy Advance. It was a great game. I've never played one since. Well, no, I did. I played Shadows of Valentia. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. So, in fact, I was with Ass Blastic in Seattle, and we went to the Nintendo headquarters, and I bought Shadows of Valentia there, the collector's edition, and I actually finished that. That game was not as good as I had hoped, but it was still good. And I like Fire Emblem a lot from what I remember of playing that first GBA game. And then playing the Shadows of Valentia was okay. It was just like kind of different because you had like experience and I don't know. And it had like the dungeon sections, which I weren't too keen on. Wasn't too keen on. Oh, my, like sitting on the floor. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start holding it again because sitting on the floor was not very comfortable. Okay. See you, Obi-Wan. Oh, awesome. Alex Testament. Okay, all right. How did it feel hiking for distance instead of taking your time? If I had been with other people, no. If I was taking my time and had been by myself, I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. Being by myself, I would probably get too bored if we took our time, or if I took my time. Because when you take your time with other people, it's great. It's like, you're just like relaxing, and you're talking, and you're sitting down, eating, doing all that stuff. But by myself, I would probably get too bored. So it was great hiking for the distance. It was fun. What you talking about, bro? I just showed up. What? Oh, what am I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm talking about new subjects now, though, so. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to section hike the AT twice a year until I finish. I had not thought about doing anything like that. That's actually a really good idea. Since you started exercising and working out more, do you feel like it has helped your hiking? I haven't exercised and working out more lately than I have ever been. I've always exercised pretty regularly, and working out, like lifting weights and stuff, I've never really gotten into that. Like this summer was like the closest I got into it. But I always give it up because it's just so pointless and boring. Like having like a really nice body is not enough of or not enough of a motivating factor for me. Because I'm like, I see like mild gains. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks nice. But then I just can't care enough. But exercising, I've always exercised. And hiking, I have never felt any different hiking based on how much I've exercised because I always exercise. So basically, I'm always relatively in shape for hiking. So, how long has Andrew studied botany? He's only ever, as far as I know, he's only formally studied it in one class in school. It's all just he has an interest in it, so he'll look up stuff. As far as how long he's been doing that, I think maybe like 5 years now, longer, 6 years. Did you watch the movie Into the Wild, and do you like it? I do like that movie, and I have watched it. My favorite part, and especially like I don't have this like for lack of a better word, teenage angst anymore. But the part where he's like, society, society, that's my favorite part of the movie. In fact, in the Timberline Trail video, at some point, I say something about society, and then I start laughing, but I never follow up as to why I'm laughing. I'm laughing because in my head, I said, society! It's like where Vince Vaughn is like yelling with them. Am I thinking about the right movie? This is the Christopher McCandless movie, right? Anyway, UpTrail71, thank you for joining. Have a good night, brother. So the guys aren't going to be here still for like another 50 minutes. I look like The Rock? Oh, nobody has ever told me that before. That's interesting though. Isn't he Hawaiian or something, or like part Hawaiian? That might make sense. Because I know Keanu Reeves is like Hawaiian. He's got like Asian and Caucasian blood in him. So people often tell me I look like Keanu Reeves. In fact, when people say, has anybody ever told you you look like Keanu Reeves? I'm like, yes, they have. Have you ever taken any cinema classes before? So earlier in the chat, we were talking about what I majored in school. I did take I majored in film, TV, video. It's radio, TV, but basically like film, TV, video department. And it's funny though, because like I did major in it, but everything I learned was outside of it, and most of it was from YouTube. Like I learned how to expose video from YouTube, and I learned like how to do audio from Curtis Judd on YouTube. So like most of the practical knowledge I have is from YouTube. It wasn't from school necessarily, except for After Effects, which I mentioned earlier. After Effects was the main thing that I got out of school, so it was great. Sanwar 1, you can do it. You can do it, son. Did it take time for you to edit 4K videos? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but 4K, you just need a good computer. If you got a really fast computer, it's like editing any other video. I'd love to quit my job and just do it, but I don't have the guts to. I mean, quitting your job to hike, like that's a huge commitment, so nobody's going to blame you for that. He looks more like James Wood. Oh man, nobody's ever said that before. That's interesting. Who's older, Andrew or Brian? Brian. Brian and me are the same age. Andrew is like 6 years younger than us. Just stream them getting there. Oh, I was planning on doing that. So yeah, when they get here, I'll do another stream. Samoan. Yep, you're right, Doug. The Rock is Samoan. Knight from Ireland. Thank you for joining, Anthony White. See you later. See you later, Zach Snap. Have a good one. George Clark, greetings from Alaska. Speaking of Alaska, that is a place I would like to go. Yeah, Brian and I are only like 6 months apart. Yeah, I think we're exactly 6 months apart, actually. Favorite way to carry your tripod on long hikes? Oh, man, I wish I had... Well, there's a video that I made after I did the Timberline Trail. So I probably discussed it in a vlog or somewhere, but after the Timberline Trail, I had to go back a day early. My flight was on Saturday. I had to get back to Portland on Friday because I had to return the car. So I needed a place to stay. So I was like, it kind of sucked because I ended up paying like $170 for a hotel. But at that point, I was so like cold and tired and exhausted that you could have charged me anything for a hotel and I would have taken it. As I stayed at this hotel, and then when I got to the hotel, I like just had my stuff strewn everywhere. I made a mess of that hotel. I apologized to whoever the maid who cleaned that up was, and I did a whole video explaining how I carried my stuff. But basically, doing solo, what I did was, maybe I can show you guys. I had like this camera clip attached right here. And then it's really hard. I don't have the stuff with me, so I can't show you, but I could clip it in here so it would just sit there without me having to hold it. And then I would just carry the tripod like this. But when we're as a group and I don't have to do any selfie shots, we just always leave the camera on the tripod and then just hold it. And there's no magic secret to it. In fact, before we got this tripod, like, and by before I mean for like almost 20 episodes, we had a 15-pound tripod that we carried, and it was a nightmare. It was like a studio tripod, but it has a really nice head, so we kept bringing it. Finally, we realized this is not worth it. It doesn't make that much of a difference, so we use this one, which is the Manfrotto Be-Free Live tripod. And it's like 5 pounds, so God, it's much better. Okay, cool. Where am I? Nature Nerd, welcome back. Luisimo, thank you for the sub. I'm really curious, how did he find the channel if he's not already subbed? Like, I'm always amazed that anybody finds this channel. Okay, well, that's short through hikes. Hokkaido Nature Trail is about 1,000 miles. Oh man, yeah, Jordan Trail is 400 miles. Yeah, those all sound amazing. It's just, what I need is somebody who can be my agent and do all that stuff for me and just be like, plan the trips for me and like, hey, does this sound good for you? And I'll be like, yes. And then they'll do all the legwork to make it happen. I can just go in there and film it. Oh, awesome. Okay, Uptrail 71 started a backpacking YouTube channels group. I will join that next time I'm on Facebook. It's wonderful here. I'm from Juneau. I don't want to go to Alaska so bad. It's going to be so good. And I say it's going to be so good because I know I'm going to go there eventually. Take advantage of your vast network of fans and stay with them instead of using hotels. You know, that's like actually a good idea, but I don't want to impose on people. And we don't know the fans, so I don't want like somebody to be like, I don't want to feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody, and then if we don't get along with somebody, I don't want that to happen either, so it's okay. I really love staying at hotels before a trip anyway, so. You remind me of Matty Heafy of Trivium. I think somebody said that before. Is he like a guitar player or something? I think he's half Asian as well. That seems to happen a lot, is that half Asian people look like other half Asian people. Glet Masa and see Ask Plastic. In fact, we're probably going to end the stream here soon. I will do a surprise stream, though, once the guys get here, which will be in another hour or so. I'm probably going to take a shower pretty soon here because it's quite cold in this room. Hello, William McKeenan. Hello, Adrian. So, in fact, now that you guys have joined, yeah, I think I am going to end it pretty soon here. Why don't you guys get in any final questions, and I will end it in the next 3 minutes. Is that going to stay? It's stayed. Okay, cool. For those of you just joining, I'm in a hotel before our Adventure Archives trip. The other guys are still on their way. Oh, that's another clue. Where would we be going that we would drive separately? You can get like a clue as to the general place we might have gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm sorry, William. You can check out the whatchamacallit, the archive though. How tall am I? I am 6 feet tall / 183 centimeters, which I guess would be 1.83 meters. That's what's great about the metric system, is you can quickly convert very easily. What was your favorite place that you've ever hiked? I've said Dali Sods for a long time, but probably Japan, Mount Kumotori. So good. Loved it. Where are you guys headed? It's a secret. It's a secret to everyone. Is Thomas joining you for this trip? Yes, he is. He was like kind of hemming and hawing. And then I sent him the Rick James like this. Dave Chappelle's going like this. And we convinced him to go. Have you checked out Cobra yet? No, I have not, sadly. I don't think my library has it. Good night, Robby. And Les Stroud says, hey, LOL. Is Les Stroud watching? If Les Stroud was watching, that would be awesome. I'd be like, Les Stroud, let's collaborate. Let's collaborate. Looking forward to that 40-mile hike vid. Please do watch that. I'm very proud of it. It was quite fun. Super short through hike is Uwharrie National Forest in North Carolina. Man, I need a repository of all of these written down. In fact, everybody who suggested a place, please leave a comment in this video, not in the chat here, but like in the actual comments, and I will actually write those down and put them in my list. Okay, so it's been 3 minutes. I'm going to answer the final questions, and then I'm going to go. And thank you for watching, everybody. Okay. Would I collab with Bear Grylls? I would collab with Bear Grylls in a heartbeat. You know, like anywhere in the world, anything he wants to do, any type of fakery he wants to do, I'm on board for all of it. He's like, okay, let's pretend to make a raft, and then we'll have our crew make the raft. I'll be like, I'm down, Bear Grylls, let's do it. Okay. Alexander says Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Okay, well, hold on. Parting question is, how did you like YouTube Rewind 2018? I don't watch YouTube Rewind. It makes me too like crunchy that there's all these people who have millions of subscribers. That's like the honest truth. I can't watch it. I'm just like, man, I'm sure you guys are all great in your own right, but I can't because I'm too jealous of all of your subscribers. So I don't watch YouTube Rewind. I heard it's really bad this year though. People really didn't like it. Thank you, Noel. Thank you, Serena. Thank you, Landymon. Kevin, William. Okay, well, one more question. This is the last one. Damien. Yo, Robby, when are we going to get? I'll let you finish that question, and then that's the last question. But thank you, everybody, for joining. Be a surprise stream in like another less than an hour. Okay, you're slowly losing your chance to answer the question. Or to ask the question. Oh, you still haven't met Thomas yet? Yeah, we got to rectify that. Okay. So waiting on that question. Oh, that's much better. Look how overexposed the forehead gets. It's where you lose all the detail. Rectify is how I say rectify. Just because it's funny. Okay, it's too late. Okay. Thank you for, yeah, and burn my rectums. Thank you. Hope you had a good time in the stream. Hopefully this video turns out well. We're going to freeze our stream in a little bit when they get here. Okay, see you guys later. Thank you for joining. How do I end this? I have no idea. Oh, probably the X button. Okay, see you guys. Thank you.